Hi, so today on Reptile Reviews we're actually going to be talking about the new Arcadia T5 UVB and why they're so important and why this one's going to be great for me and potentially great for you. So I'm actually going to talk a little bit today about it, and I'm going to review it myself for a month and see whether I see a difference, whether the geckos might be going slightly more up in the vivariums, or just see if there's a difference in behaviour. Really just test it out for you guys and let you guys know exactly what I think of it. Like I keep saying, it's really peace of mind for me that I know my gecko is going to be safe with this overhead. So the UVB range is actually humongous. I can't cover it all in this video, it'd be impossible. There's just so many. There's literally a UVB bulb pretty much for any reptile and every reptile. This is the shadedweller, so it's to do with the way the UVB is penetrated through the levels, through the different distances where your reptile is actually going to be. Things like big iguanas, even the beardy, things like that, they're going to need a lot more UVB than a shade dweller. And you're going to need to look into more precisely what you need. But again, that's where you can go onto Arcadia website and all the information's there that you need for exactly which bulb you need in particular. There will actually be a part 2 in a few weeks time, and I'll let you know exactly how I get on. But today is just the reason why I'm doing this and why I'm looking forward to it so much, and then I'll be back with the results basically. Hope you enjoy. Some of you viewers that might watch my videos before or have seen my videos before, you might notice the racking's a bit different. We've had a little upgrade. We've got a few more terrariums in here now. The house is still full of them. This is probably the most bland room we got, to be honest. But yeah, we hope you enjoy. We hope we give you some helpful information. Hope you enjoy it. So we're so grateful for Southampton Reptiles to actually have lent us this just purely for the purpose of reviewing it for you guys. Definitely something I'm going to be purchasing. I'm actually eventually going to change all these bulbs to the 2.4 UVB. Southampton Reptiles are really supportive, and we can't thank them enough because they're helping the channel to actually help you guys and the community here in the UK. By giving us this, we can actually put the information out there for you to actually help you viewers watching this. And we're going to show you why this is going to be so great, hopefully for you guys also. This isn't a biased opinion at all. I have actually, all my lights in the house are Arcadia. I have 13 in total. So this is not a biased opinion whatsoever. It's just this has the new bulb, and it is mainly for arboreal. So having all these geckos and that is going to have a massive impact for me and hopefully for you guys also. So to kick it off, literally the best reason, key reason I'm so chuffed to actually they've produced this and I actually have it in hand myself is because it's actually a 2.4 UVB percentage. And the reason this is so great, it seems quite low, but actually it just makes it so much safer. Because with the geckos and that, I always worry all the time that if they're getting up near the light, if they're getting too much, because if they get too much, it can actually be dangerous for them. So having this now is massive because I just won't worry. All of these bulbs I have at the minute are 7%, and I'm going to wait until they need replacing the bulbs, and I'm actually going to replace it with all these just for peace of mind. Because if they want to be closer, they can get closer, it's absolutely fine. But you don't want it too powerful and them just be hiding from the UVs all day. So here we actually have the light itself. It's so neat. So the reason why these are so great, because if anything arboreal climbs up right near it, it's safe. So you can actually have these directly on top and not have to worry at all. I have mine all directly on top with my 7%, but I really do monitor it because it is a concern I've always had. But to be honest, with leeches and that, they tend to hang out in roughly the same sort of place. If one of them decided they wanted to change their hangout spot nearer to the light, I would just elevate the light. I wouldn't be concerned. But now this is on the market, it just squishes all my concerns. Really excited to use this. So like me, this is going to be absolutely great for anyone with geckos. And another one is anything with a low terrarium, like we also have bullfrog and Pac-Man frogs. They're obviously not going to be climbing up near. You know you're going to give them the correct UVB rays, and you had it in a low terrarium or vivarium or whatever for a frog or anything like that, what isn't going to be climbing up near the light. So you can get it a safer ratio. But even if you have like green tree frogs or milk frogs or anything along those lines that do climb, again, it doesn't matter. Same as the geckos. If they're up near it, it's safe. It's still safe, which is just amazing. So on the box itself, you do actually get all the information about it, saying the distances and what UVB you will actually be getting at that distance. On the Arcadia website, you can actually compare with guides to work out what would be best for your animal. You find out what UVB your animal needs, and then depending on the height of the terrarium or vivarium or whatever you have, you can then work out the height it's going to be at from the actual reptile itself and work out exactly what UVB bulb you need. Obviously, if it's something not arboreal, it's going to be a lot easier for you guys to control, because you know it's not actually going to get up too close to the light or whatever it be. You know you can measure the distance of where the light's going to be placed to the ground where the reptile's going to be, and you're going to get the perfect amount of rays for it. But this is where this light's going to be amazing, because I can't tell you where my gecko's going to be at any given point. So I know if it decides to get right up near the light, it's still going to be okay, which is just nice. Something I've noticed whilst comparing this to the Shade Dweller 7% that I have already is actually, if you look on the chart that we've added, the distances and the percentages that it actually will hit at that height or distance is actually very similar. So although 7% is quite more substantial than a 2.4%, the difference between the rays you get at that distance isn't actually that much difference. So it is just a much safer bulb. I can't stress enough how important UVB really is. As reptile keepers, giving them the UVB has so many health benefits, and it will also give them a really good day and night cycle. I actually kept a couple of my leeches without UVB just for a while, just to see if I could notice a difference. And when I gave them the UVB, the difference in activity at night and their eating and anything and everything literally just changed completely. And since then, I cannot stress enough to anyone that it's just massively important to have the UVB. So by giving them the UVB, they get a D3. One thing I will say is if you provide UVB, obviously get the calcium without D3 in it, because they're going to be getting the D3 already from it, because too much D3 again can be bad. The same as my worries for them actually getting too close and too much anyway. So instantly, like I say, when I started giving my leeches and a couple other geckos UVB, they were so much more active. It just changed the reptile completely, and obviously for the better. There's a lot of arguments out there because they're nocturnal, they don't need it, blah blah blah. But honestly, you can do your own research on it. That is so much beneficial health wise. It even helps their skin, just everything. It just helps massively. There's a lot of arguments why they should have it, and a lot of scientific results why they should have it. You occasionally get the odd person saying that they don't need it because they're nocturnal, but actually there's no scientific reasons why they shouldn't have it, and it is exactly what they would get in the wild. They would obviously have UVB in the wild and so on, so you can pretty much squish that myth off the bat. I am a massive Arcadia fan, not just lights, anything Arcadia, I love it. There's so much money that goes into it. I really do trust their research. I've been buying the Arcadia lights for ages. I have literally a house full, so this is not a biased video whatsoever. It's just this new bulb I'm really excited about trying, and it's something that I definitely want to share with you guys because they are new. At the time I brought all these, there wasn't any lower percentage than what I brought. All these are 7%, and obviously this is being the 2.4%. They're really neat, compact, super easy. And one thing I want to say is it might worry you a little bit that they can be slightly more pricey than others, but actually in the long run they're not, because normally you change a UVB tube every 6 months, but with these Arcadias you only change them once a year. So you will definitely save money in the long run, the longer you have it anyway. And it's really not that much more. And the tubes, replacement tubes, I think for this one is only like £15. So once you actually buy the unit, you'll never actually change this unit again. You just change the bulb once a year, which is going to cost you £15. And with these units, my favourite thing about it is you can just wire it to another one. So all of these lights behind me, they're only running off of one plug. And if you're like me, you actually really struggle with plugs, probably, if you got as many as we do. But yeah, you only use the one plug, and all these are all connected through one plug, and they say you can actually connect 10 at a time. In the box, you actually get the power supply, which you just plug in one end, like so, and then you'll get the link, which goes in the other end, which then this other end will go straight into another light. So you can literally have, so this is an LED, I've got tons of these too. So you could literally set these up together just on one plug over one terrarium, vivarium, whatever you got. Or if you got a rack system, then yeah, you can just go wild with lights like I have. The only thing I'd say with the information on Arcadia website, it's absolutely amazing. But when you read that you can connect 10 together, it doesn't actually say that you can change wattage. And I can tell you, I've done it and it's worked fine. So this is obviously quite a small one, and I've got some big ones. It's fine when you're linking them to go big, small, LED. You can throw them all together as long as, I guess they say 10. I think I'm at 8 or 9 in this rack. So I think you're absolutely fine to do so. Don't quote me on that, but I've got away with it, so I can't see there being a problem with it. It's really great, like us, if you have a bioactive. I don't actually have LEDs above these guys. The UVB does just fine for the plants as well, believe it or not. If you have a setup like ours with the skinks and you really want the plants to flourish, you cannot beat the LEDs. They're ridiculous. We were struggling with plants for some time. They would go floppy. We've overwatered tons. We've learned our lesson so many times. But putting these LEDs overhead in any bioactive setup where you want it to really flourish, it is going to, and very quick. One thing I would actually, a little pointer I would say is you don't need these big ones. It doesn't really matter how big the terrarium or vivarium is. You can actually just get away with a small one, because this is so bright it will easily cover all of it, and it'll be more than enough for your plants because they're just so powerful. It's ridiculous. In our skink setup and other ones with LEDs, we actually pick all the trimmings, and they do really well, and we put them in all these. I've got bromeliads in all these, and they've all come from the skink setup and that. So it is good. It is really good. I mean, even if you haven't got another setup, you've only got one animal, whatever, you can just have some plants around the house. It's nice, and they're amazing. So it isn't just the UVB. The LED is amazing too. Just Arcadia lights in general are fantastic. It's definitely worth checking them out. Again, a massive shout out to Southampton Reptiles. They have been amazing to give us the opportunity to actually do this for you guys. It's going to really help me personally, which is fantastic. But the most important thing is actually, again, provided this so I can put the information out there for you guys. So it's actually helping you, the community here in the UK, which is the most important thing that we want to get through with this channel. We will actually be returning down there and filming the shop for you guys to see, which we really look forward to. It's a stunning shop, and they're actually, to be honest, we don't know that much, but they're building something big in the corner and they can't wait to show us it, and they won't tell us nothing, and it's even covered up. So we're going to go there when it's finished, whatever it is, and we're going to shoot the shop. We're going to film the whole shop, show you a whole bunch of reptiles again, and yeah, see what they got going on in the corner there. I can just tell you, it's a massive setup. It's big, whatever it is, but it's going to be great, guys. We really hope you enjoyed it. We really hope that I've helped you. We really hope that Southampton Reptiles have helped you by providing this. Definitely go and check them out. They've got Instagram, Facebook. Go check them out. They're really helpful, really approachable. Any questions, just give them a call. They got a massive range of Arcadia in there, which I was happy to see. You can get anything Arcadia you want, anything from bug food, mixers, lights, heaters, you name it, they got it all. Arcadia, everything, and it's amazing. So definitely go and check them out. Really hope this helped. If you can do anything to support the channel, like, subscribe, share, anything along those lines. It might be something you already know, but it just gets the information out there for others to also get this information. So you're helping other people by getting this information out there. I say it all the time, I'm just a guy behind the camera. I'm just your average Joe that loves a reptile. I haven't been doing it my whole life. I don't work in the reptile trade, anything like that. I just got an alright camera and trying to help you guys out a little bit as and where I can. So I'd really appreciate it if you can help anyone else in the community here. Really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.